Okay, on this first problem, they are telling us that the employees in Department X, that there are twice as many in X as there are, or more than twice as many. So you know that X is more than twice as many as you have in Y. And then they're telling us that the average for the employees in X is 25,000. So 25,000, that is for your employees in X. And then the average in Department Y is 35,000. Okay, so the way I think I would look at it is first, if you had the same number of employees in both, if X were equal to Y, then the average overall would just be the average of their averages. So if I do 25,000 plus 35,000, or strictly divided by 2, you're going to go right in the middle. You would have an average of 30,000. So that's if they were equal. And they are not equal, so that's going to eliminate all of these choices here, because what we know is X has got more employees, and when it's the lower average, it's going to pull it down. So 30,000 would be if they were equal. So then the other thing that I looked at is, what if X were equal to twice as many as Y? Remember, they told us it's more than twice, so let's see where that cutoff would be. So if X was equal to twice as many as Y, if you took the average of X, and we say the number of employees is X, which is the same as 2Y, and then you took the average of Y, which was the 35,000, and then you averaged those together, so 2Y plus Y is 3Y, then notice here that we're going to have, 50,000 plus 35,000 would be 85,000 Y divided by 3Y. Of course, the Y's cancel. So if I divide that out, which hopefully you get to use a calculator, but I'm just going to do it by hand. So you get 2833. And so that's if they were equal. And so, so that would tell me that since X is actually bigger, you can't have 29,000 either. You're going to have to be less than the 28,333. So that's why these two choices would be the correct. Okay, on this next one, when you're dealing with working and you're looking at rates, so when they tell you that machine A produces K liters in 10 minutes, then we say that its rate would be K liters over 10 minutes, and machine B produces K liters in 15 minutes. That would be its rate. And then it talks about if they work together. So if they're working together, we're going to add their rates. And it says we're trying to figure out how long it's going to take them to produce the same K liters. And so we don't know that time. We'll call that X minutes. So if I look at my denominators, least common multiple of those would be 30 times X. So we could multiply everything by 30X. You could do 150X as well. It doesn't have to be the least, but this will get us there quicker. So if I do this first one, 10 goes into 30 3 times. So we're going to have a 3X. And then times your K, plus 15 goes into 30 twice, so that's going to be a 2X times your K. And then on the right-hand side, of course, the X's cancel, and you're going to be left with 30K. So if I go ahead and factor a K out, I've got K times a 5X equals a 30K. The K's are going to cancel on both sides. So that's just going to leave me with 5X is 30, and so divide both sides by 5, and that's where you're getting your rate of 6 minutes. And then on the last one, we're looking at powers of 57, and thank goodness we're only focused on the ones digit. So, of course, 57 to the first would give you a 7 in your ones digit. If you do 57 squared, you've got to think about the 7 squared is going to give you 49, so that would put a 9 in your ones digit. We don't care about the other digits. When I go to 57 cubed, remember that you're just building over what the one, so in other words, I can think of this as 57 times 57 times 57, and if this produced a 9, then just look at that last answer times a 7 again, and 9 times 7 would give you a 3 in your ones digit. And so when I do 57 to the 4th, I would probably think of it as, so 57 squared gave you a 9, and another 57 squared gave you a 9. So together, 9 times 9 would give you 81. So there would be a 1 in that particular digit. So then when I go on to 57 to the 5th, if I know 57 to the 4th gave me a 1, and I multiply by another 57, we're back at there being a 7 in the ones digit. And it's just going to keep repeating like that, 7, 9, 3, 1, 7, 9, 3, 1. So a 1, a 3, a 7, and a 9.